All right, welcome back. We have Kelly Mack here, who pretty much worked almost every position in radio throughout the years. But the irony is how you got in. You got in as a receptionist.
Right,
So
correct.
for someone who's watching right now and is like, this is a dream of mine. I purchased this class because I want to get in radio. What advice do you have for them?
My advice is know exactly what you want.
That's good.
And you have to have thick skin because you're going to have your feelings hurt a lot more than you're going to have compliments. I mean, it's just the art of the business. And nowadays you have social media, you have digital media. So people are going to comment on everything you do, from what you say to how you present, to, you know, that little booger in your nose in a picture, to them not liking your outfit, to you having a little roll over the top of your waistband. Like, people are cruel, and people are going to have a lot of negative things to say about you, but you got to have thick skin, and you got to, you know, believe that for every no that you hear, eventually there will be a yes.
That is the best advice ever. I have definitely said that because it is hard. You're
Yes.
putting yourself out there. Everyone always sees the glitz and glamour. They're like, "Ooh, you're so famous, right?" But they also don't know how many people are saying, "I hate her voice." Or,
Yes.
why does she always talk like that? Or why does she always this? What have you learned from those experiences?
I've learned that people are very brutal, and you know, you can either allow those things to make you, or you can allow those things to break you. You know, I've had my feelings hurt plenty of times. I have a picture of me and Trey Songz where I have on like this this dress. It was like white at the top, black on the bottom. I had on some fishnet stockings and some white boots. I thought they were cute, but apparently, you know, the females.
They reamed you.
Yeah, they, honey, that's an understatement. Yeah, they drugged me pretty bad.
Yeah.
And it was on social media, and I had my feelings hurt, you know, and I started, you know, someone was like, "Oh, you need to work with a stylist," you know, and it's like, you know, everybody wants you to look like what they think you should look like in this position, but you have to be true to yourself. You have to know who you are, where you're going, and what you stand for. If you're not all about the weave and the makeup, you know, rock the natural look, but if you're all about the weave and makeup, don't you dare let your guard down, you know.
Yeah.
So be true to who you are and how you want to present yourself.
I love that you gave that advice. What wonderful advice, you know, thick skin, because you're going to get a lot of no's.
Yes.
But I believe with every no there comes a yes eventually. Now, to the person who's watching right now, and this is their dream, and obviously you've lived this dream for almost a lifetime, and you've been in several different markets, and it's not by coincidence that you've been able to get hired. There's someone saying, that's all well and good, it sounds great, but give me some practical things to do. Give me your top 3 practical things that they can do right now if they want to advance themselves in this industry.
Okay, first and foremost, create a package. Who are you? Where do you come from? And why are you qualified for this position? Even if it's just a one sheet. Who are you?
good.
Your presentation is everything. Secondly, you need a bomb air check, which is like a demo reel of how you sound. You know, how do you sound on the mic? How do you sell the radio station? How do you sell promotions for the radio station? How do you relate to the artist? How do you relate to the music? How do you set appointments to keep people continuing to listen? This is all what a program
So
director
good.
is looking for.
So good.
You know, so that would definitely be the second thing.
That's
and the third
great.
thing, this is going to be like totally crazy.
Come on.
And y'all gonna think I'm crazy.
No, you're
but
not
I'm
crazy.
keeping it 100.
Come on.
For every no you receive, figure out a way to print it out. Back in the day, we would get a letter in the mail, okay?
Yes.
Nowadays, they send you emails. They send you text messages. Sorry, you're not what we're looking for. Thanks for applying, but, or email, thanks for applying, but we found other candidates that more closely match what we're looking for. Print them all out, hang them on the wall, hang them on your closet, hang them on your
So
mirror,
good,
and
girl.
every single day, you're going to look at them and you're going to know every last one of these no's is going to get me closer to my yes.
Can I clap on that one? Can I just clap on that one? That was so amazing.
I had
Yes.
a program director, and I will not say what market, but a very, very well-renowned program director,
Yeah.
very well-respected program director who gave me a rejection letter and pretty much was like, "Oh, your sound is not what we're looking for on our station." Very harsh.
Yeah.
It was like a gut punch, but I looked at it every day. I opened my closet.
It was fuel to your fire to
Girl,
keep going.
Yes, and not only did I later work at that station when he wasn't there,
Come
but then I
on.
ended up working for him many years later.
And say, you end up hiring me anyways.
Anyways.
You know, it's funny that you mentioned that. We just interviewed Sarah in one of our classes about how to get into television news, and she said she has all of her no's printed out and in a folder.
Yep.
And she was like, this was literally what kept me going.
It was her fuel to her fire. Yes.
I
can
love
relate.
that you said collect the no's, right?
Collect them.
because you have to have that thing that fuels you,
motivation,
that motivates you,
yes,
that encourages you to keep going, because you're not always going to get a yes, right?
Yeah.
But what is that one thing that pushes you to keep going? And if you would have stopped in Myrtle Beach, imagine all these wonderful experiences, all these great interviews. You've interviewed the president, not to mention how many actors and music artists you've interviewed, but you've had experiences to last a lifetime. If you would have stopped at that first no, and just stayed in Myrtle Beach or stayed in Charleston, you would have never got those experiences. So thank you for sharing that. Find the thing that fuels you. Yes. And it may not be the emails, or it may not be the rejection letters, but find that thing that's going to push you to pursue the next opportunity.
Absolutely.
All right, radio is changing a whole lot. It's ever changing. We're going to talk about what it looks like to you in the near future, and if this is even an industry you should even try to get into. It's coming up next.